workshop. Who's excited? Yes, yes. Okay, so who had a good week over the last week? Jackie! Jackie, come share. Jackie wants to share. Let's welcome Jackie up. Woo!
I know. That's how amazing my life is turning out.
Yes.
So I have to actually thank Matt for the personal development thing of listening to personal development on the way to work every morning and getting in the right mindset. Maybe mine's not like nutrition stuff, but 100% mindset. And yeah, I've been in a really good mood and everything. Everything's kind of been happy around me. Every morning before I get out of my car, before I get into work, I tell myself good things are going to come to me today, and I am in control of my emotions. Because I'm a woman, and that happens. So I'm also down 2.5 pounds. I am down 2% body fat or something like that. I'm down in my age, but we also think that may have been my pelvic bra. What else was there? And my muscle mass maintained.
Yes. Yes.
Yay! Yay!
And
I got my 3 ribs put back into place.
Yes. Ah! Wow. Heather says yes, Jackie. So yes, Jackie. That is huge. You guys, you see the big thing that share started with? What did that share start with? That. It started with Matt. Thank you, Matt. But it started with mindset, right? You got your head in the game. Yeah. Right? So it wasn't a matter of like food. Wow, in reality, food has nothing to do with our emotions. No. Does food generally have everything to do with our emotions? Yeah. Yes. So take care of your mind, okay? We're going to talk about mindset here on like we always do and what mindset means for you. But I was sharing with a couple of ladies just before we started, when you're in your car, when you're sitting in traffic, when you're dealing with all this stuff, what are you influencing yourself with? Right? There's all the nice songs that are on the radio of like nasty words about ladies and can't pay my rent and all these wonderful things, right? Is that going to make you, is that really empowering you? Right? So that's just one thing. Jackie, congratulations. She's listening to it in her car on her way to work when we're sitting in traffic and complaining about everything. Instead, she's improving her life at that time. So yes. Good. Yay! Wow. That's awesome. All right, who else would like to share? Who wants to share? Come on. Paige always shares. I'm going to call out Carrie. Come on, Carrie.
I can do it.
Yay!
I have been 3 weeks straight of meal prepping. It's like an absolute first in like 2 years for me, finally doing my meal prepping. On top of that, I made freezer meals, so I have ready to make fried chicken breast wraps in the freezer to pull out. And I'm down 1% body fat, was it?
Yes.
I think? Yeah.
That's awesome. I want to give Carrie a big shout out because Carrie, you guys at fast food's always been your thing, right? And Carrie's being accountable, Carrie's reaching out, and Carrie's celebrating, right? So even though she might not be here on the Thursday, she messages me, she let me know I can't make it, I'm going to be here. Oh, and by the way, when all my family got McDonald's, I ate my meal prep. Right? So that's huge. That's a big high five, right? Yes, congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
That's awesome. I'm going to give a shout out to Christy. I'm not going to make you come up here, but I want to give you a huge shout out. I think Christy made something. She made a post on the Level 10 page. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not yet, but it was a very powerful post in the fact of just a bite, right? Just a bite. Her ring is loose. We all know that feeling when our rings get loose on our fingers, that our water is good, everything like that. So she's celebrating the rings loose. But the Just a Bite post meant so much to so many of us because it's the reality of what we do. Things start to fit a little bit better. We start getting a couple results. We kind of woohoo, and then it's well, I don't need to be. I can eat that cake now, right? I'm doing so good. I can start letting it go. That's that 3-week milestone where we start to play these tricks on ourselves of like, I'm getting all these great results. It's okay to eat that cheesecake now. It's okay to not meal prep this week. I got this. But in reality, that's when we need it the most. Right? So I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for being vulnerable, for reaching out, and for sharing. because that's the purpose of this community. Because so often we get stuck in this headspace of I'm going through this alone. When in reality, all of us go through the same stuff. And it's just when we've got someone we know that's going through it with us together, it makes it that much easier. So thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay, is there anyone online that wants to share? Yeah, Karen, come off mute. Let's go. Do you need me to unmute you? I can. Here.
I think I'm on mute now. Is that right?
You can chat. Let's go.
Hi. So this is my second go around with Herbalife. I'm Karen, and the first time I definitely did not do the mindset. I did a little bit of the nutrition, a little bit of the exercise. This time I'm fully in, and I weighed myself yesterday and figured out that I'm down 7 pounds in this challenge. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's awesome. What would be one of the biggest things you want to celebrate? Like you said, you're back on.
The meal prep and the motivation I'm getting from this group to continue to do the meal prep and to continue to sign in and read the articles and see the posts and stuff. It's hugely motivating. So thanks, guys.
You're very welcome. Congratulations and welcome to our community. We're so excited to see you on these calls. That's awesome. Anyone else want to share? All right, we are going to get started with our call. So today, you guys, we are heading into week 4. I don't know if you guys can see me anymore. I'll turn it back here. All right, so with week 4, we get to talk about, what do we talk about? 80% nutrition, 20% fitness, 100% mindset, right? So we've got a nutrition guru, and I'm excited to have her to cover this topic. She's like, what am I going to talk about again? She's like, I'm going to talk about that. So I'm going to pass it over to Heather today, and she's going to bounce off our nutrition. So let's go.
Hello, you guys can hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so this week we are going to be talking about fruits and vegetables. And so I'm sure you guys have all heard before that fruits and vegetables are a super important part of a healthy diet, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Heard this? Okay. So the thing is that the more science kind of delves into nutrition, the more we're learning about it all the time, we're kind of learning that not all fruits and vegetables are actually created equal when it comes to eating for specific goals. And so you're probably sitting there like, what do you mean? I thought that fruits and vegetables were healthy. And so, first of all, I just want to say you're right. They are. It's not that there's a bad vegetable or a bad fruit. But I'm just talking about eating for specific goals. So if your goal is like weight loss or leaning out, and you're going by the fill your plate with half veggies rule, if you're filling that plate with like white potatoes and corn, you're not going to get those results. So to really dial it in, I'm just going to explain to you a little bit about some of the vegetables and how that kind of works with the half the plate rule. So broccoli is probably a really good one. It's super cheap, very accessible, and it's a cruciferous vegetable that's in the same family as things like bok choy, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, collards, kale, and even turnips are in this the same vegetable family. And these vegetables are full of calcium, fiber, vitamins A and C, as well as a bunch of phytochemicals, which are really good for you. It contains antioxidants, and a lot of them have been linked to anti-cancerous kind of chemicals and nutrients. So anything in that family of vegetables, definitely fill your plate halfway with that kind of stuff. Another great one is spinach. So we all know from watching Popeye when we were younger that spinach contains a lot of iron, right? But it doesn't quit on us there. So spinach also contains potassium, vitamins A, C, and K, folate, and also phytochemicals. And then we get to sweet potatoes, which is probably what you're going to be reaching for more so than white potatoes if you really want to dial in those results. So sweet potatoes have high levels of something called beta-carotene, which is also found in carrots and pumpkin, and it's what gives them that orange color. So along with the beta-carotene in sweet potatoes, you're going to find fiber, folate, vitamins B6, C, and potassium. And then we're going to talk a little bit about fruits, because fruits are not the enemy either. So citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruits, they all have lots of vitamin C, lots of folate, potassium, and fiber. But you're going to get more if you're eating them versus just drinking juice, especially if it's store-bought or pre-made juice with them. Because what's going to happen with that is you're going to lose a lot of the fiber and good vitamins, and it's going to be full of sugar to make it sweet, because those are naturally very sour fruits, right? Watermelon is a great one. It has a high water content. It also has the same beta carotene that I was talking about in the sweet potatoes, carrots, and pumpkin, which is why it's kind of more of a pinkish color. Full of vitamin C, magnesium, and potassium. And if you don't know, potassium is also found in bananas. But potassium is great if you're struggling with cramping. So potassium actually helps to reduce cramping. So for the ladies, if it's that time of month, stocking up more on fruits and veg that have a lot of potassium will help. So you can try adding those into your diet. And then think about it when you're filling your plate. We talk about it a lot, but we talk about having a wide variety of colors on your plate. The reason for that is that the different colors of vegetables actually have different phytonutrients in them, which is what gives them their respective colors. So that's why we're always like talking about colorful plates and stuff, right? And when you can, try to buy things when they're in season and if possible, locally grown, because you're gonna lose fewer nutrients that way by the time it gets to your table versus having something that's coming from far away. It's being picked early, it's being shipped, it's being stored in warehouses, it's going into the grocery store, and then it's making it to your table. So I know sometimes that's hard in Alberta in the wintertime to buy stuff that's locally grown, but then start looking more at your root vegetables and that kind of stuff. And you'll just have a little bit more nutrients that way. And that's it. Sweet. Easy.
Thank you. Thank you, Heather. I love it. You guys, can you not tell that she's passionate about that? I couldn't tell you. I'm like, eat sweet potatoes. Why? Because I told you to, right? And she can tell you why. So thank you, Heather. I appreciate that knowledge. And so you guys, the thing this week is plates of color. She mentioned it. That's our challenge this week is your plates of color, right? So we want to see your food, right? So most of us on our weight loss are doing 2 shakes a day, 1 balanced meal, and snacks. So what does that balanced meal look like? For so many of us, right, we have this food guide that was promoted to us that anything in the vegetable column is our vegetables. When in reality, it's starches, carbs, and fibers, right? So we want to see pictures of your food, right? So take a picture. Where's your veggies in there? What color you got? It's all white. You got to tap. Unless it's just a basket of chicken. But still, you need some other stuff, okay? So that is your goal this week, plates of colors. So you'll post it on the thread daily just to have that engagement there and kind of keep yourself accountable. Deal? All right. So with that, I've got the next 2 topics. So I want to talk a little bit about fitness. Speaking of cramping, I think it's really important that we talk about fitness because a lot of us, when we're doing our 20%, right, a lot of us start with the mindset of it's 100% fitness, right? And we overdo it and we cramp or we hurt when we do these types of things, right? And so then what happens? Yeah, we injure ourselves. We don't go into it slowly. We're not fueling our body for the maintenance long term, right? We cut all of our food, we undereat, and then we go on the treadmill for an hour and a half. And then the next day we can't get out of bed. We're completely exhausted and we're screaming at our kids because we are angry and depleted. So what I want to talk about is making sure our food is first, so plates of color. And I want to talk about taking 5 minutes a day for yourself. So this week I'm going to challenge all of you guys, if you're not already doing it, to take 5 minutes a day and stretch. Take 5 minutes either in the morning or in the evening. You can find, we'll share a couple yoga videos, right? Some just simple, easy, just yoga, just to sun salutation in the morning or an evening, calm your body. But taking that 5 minutes to center yourself, taking that 5 minutes to give back to yourself because we push so hard, right? I don't know, man, I were at the gym at 4 a.m. And do you think I got time to stretch? No, I don't got time to stretch. That doesn't build arms, right? But what happens if you don't? You hurt yourself. You do. Your bodies need that, right? You want to get in, if you want to get into a nice low squat, you better have quads that don't seize up on you. Because if you're over tightened, you can't get the flexibility to actually get into the strength that you want. right? You do the cardio and you cramp halfway through, or types of these things. So this week, you guys, that 20%, it's really going to be like 5 minutes of your day, right? We talk about just adding it in. We talk about parking at the end of the parking lot, all this kind of stuff. This week, I want you to take 5 minutes for you. January is kind of coming to an end. We're moving in, right? It's the end of month, new routine, things are getting on, classes are all starting back up, kids are all over the place. Take 5 minutes for you and do a stretch. Find a yoga video, find something. I will post like a series of stretches you can do, 12 stretches for the evening, but that's what I want you guys to do for fitness this week. Deals? Deals? Okay, let's take care of us first and foremost. So next, I've got our mindset piece, and I'm going to share it with you guys from the Miss Melissa. So she is traveling right now, so she was unable to get on with us tonight, but she sends her fitness piece. So I'm going to share it with you guys. Good? Okay. So Melissa wants you guys to know that for things to change, you have to change. Jim Rohn. It's a quote from Jim Rohn. You'll see it. A lot of us will post it a lot of time. For things to change, you have to change. Okay? And so this is really easy to look at and think, I'm ready. I can do this. But when the nitty-gritty starts happening, it gets pretty difficult. Right? We start with momentum, we start with all this excitement, but when the nitty-gritty starts to work in, then you realize, oh wait, I have to change because that momentum starts to lose, right? And so those habits start to come back up that we want to fall back into. But it's taking the effort to change those habits, to create a better for you. Okay? So it will be easy to make excuses. Change is often very much outside of our comfort zone and outside of our bubble, right? When we actually start to make those habit changes, when we go to our family's house or we go out to do something and we don't want to eat what's been served to us for the last 10 years, it can be pretty uncomfortable sometimes, right? So, but do you want to make that change? Do you want to get those goals? You have to change what's doing. You can't just keep settling, okay? So focus, get that goal. Get that purpose and get your why. Okay? So you will need more than a goal. You will need a why. Why do you want this? Once you have your focus, you can achieve anything. That way when you face the criticism, you know that it's not you. People fear the unknown. They will fear that you're leaving them behind, and they will fear that you won't want to be with them anymore because you are making these changes, right? Even though the changes are only a reflection of what you want to do and your goals, people will try and bring you back because they're scared you're going to leave them. Does that make sense? That's a great piece. Okay, wish you were sharing it with us. Okay. They may not be ready to make that leap, but you are. So you get to be the inspiration. When it comes to excuses, understand that life happens and it's always going to happen. Life is always going to happen. Okay? But I personally have so many excuses running through my life. It's crazy. You guys have met Melissa? She lives in the middle of nowhere, and she's got a huge life, she's got a life-changing injury. She was injured at work. She probably will never be able to go back to the job she was doing. She had to completely reevaluate her course. And instead of living that excuse of I have a back injury and I can't do this, she's allowed it to empower her to change. Okay? So you don't have to be perfect because perfection doesn't move you forward. Okay? Everything good is outside your comfort zone. I know it's scary, but you're not alone. We're all here every step, and we're here to help you reach your goals. No matter what your goal is, it is important. You are important. No one can take that away from you except for you. You can do this. You are all amazing people and deserve to reach your goals. You deserve everything, and you deserve to feel amazing every day. All it takes is the focus and get that purpose to go with it. So that is from Melissa. So thank you, Melissa. We hope you watch this recording. We all send you a clap. Melissa's traveling to Thunder Bay right now, right, to be with some family. She had a family emergency come up. And this is the piece that she got from this. That even while she's out there, right, if any of you on the 5-day Eat Clean with her this week, as she's traveling across the country, they drove to Thunder Bay overnight, she's still making those choices, right? She's like, we stopped here. I've got this. I pulled all the cheese off of it. I did this because she's got her goals. And she's not going to let the curveballs of life. Because in reality, if we want, is there a curveball every week?
Yeah.
Yes. There is a curveball every week, every hour. There's distractions all the time. And so, but you have to make that choice of, no, I'm going to push through this. My goal is worth it. So thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. So with that, you guys, that is our group for today. Couple announcements that we have. So our hashtag is Plates of Color on the challenge. Okay, if you guys haven't seen the post yet, next week we launch our new client group. Okay, so we are moving. We're starting a whole exclusive client group. So you guys want to know a little bit more about that, how you qualify for it, please come and talk to me or the person that invited you here. We're really, really, really excited about it. We've got a bunch of new structure coming for February 1st, so it's super exciting. I signed up on that. Done. Yay, perfect. Okay, so there's lots of new things coming, and the big thing is we're just bringing more value. We've really gotten clear over the last 2 years of what we can do, the change we can make, the ripple of power and health we can bring to our community, and we're streamlining it and bringing even more. Okay, so if you guys have questions about that, please come and ask. The new group will launch February 1st. And then we have this week's challenge, and I think that's it. Yeah, good. Okay, congratulations to all of our celebration for this week, and we will see you guys next week. Bye! Bye! Oh, product review. Penny's got a product review. Where's Penny? Are you coming back? No, I didn't log off. We're still here. Hi, Linda. I saw you join us. Hi, Penny's going to share with us.
Erica giving you a reminder.
Yes. She's awesome. Thanks, Bob.
Okay. So today I'm talking about our multivitamin mineral complex. This is my best friend. The thing is, everybody says if you eat enough fruits and vegetables and food or whatever, you should be able to get all of the nutrients you need. But the thing is, most of our stuff is so overproduced and the ground has been so overprocessed that there's not nearly as much nutrients in it as there used to be. So we need these things. And one of the reasons why you'll notice on these bottles, it's 6 a day. And it seems like a lot, seems kind of crazy, especially when most of the marketing out there is for 1 a days. For this super simple, easy, convenient. But the thing is, so you're not necessarily going to absorb it all right away. You're going to end up flushing most of it out of your system. Something like this, you're going to take 2 of them in the morning with your food. You're going to absorb what you need. Later in the day, you're going to have a couple more. You're going to absorb what you need. And then later in the day, you're going to have a couple more and absorb what you need. So it helps your body actually get more of the nutrients that you actually need. And I can be honest, when I don't take these on a regular basis, I notice it. So it is part of our core products. It's number 2. So if you're not taking one, you should probably look into giving this a try.
And I love that you started off with that because that nutrition piece falls right into what Heather said, right? About how often like when you go to Costco and you buy bananas, what color are they? Green, right? So they didn't ripen on the tree. They didn't get the nutrients from the tree. They've been ripened, and generally, Costco ones are really funny because they don't seem to ripen until you open the bag. Do you think there's a chemical in there that prevents them from ripening? Yep. So as soon as you open that bag, oxygen comes down, will turn yellow for you. But reality is that it doesn't add any nutrients.
But you know what, the ones that we get in the boxes, it's the same thing. If you want them to ripen, you take the box.
You take the box open to open. Right? Exactly. So you just got to think about that. Where is your food coming from? Right? And how much nutrients is actually getting when it's picked that unripened so that it can get to you. So that's why, while we like to say I'm eating everything, often our food is depleted in its nutrients because it's been robbed of it. So thank you. Perfect. Okay, good stuff today, you guys. We'll send out the email, and if you guys have any questions, reach out. Ciao.